Let's talk egg foods. We all use it for breeding our birds, no matter what type of birds we breed. We all have our own ways of doing it, our own ingredients we mix, but ultimately we all got the same common goal, and that is to breed the best birds we can in our breeding season. So here's a short look of how I do mine, and for me it is the best in the world, or the best that I can make it anyway, without adding too much nonsense in there that the birds necessarily don't need. So welcome back to the bird room for a short edition today, and it's just to talk about egg foods. And like I said, we all use our own methods, but I'm going to explain what I use in mine throughout this period, and then later on down the line, and when it's full on breeding season, greenfinches. More on that to come in the next episode. But obviously throughout the breeding season I will change my egg food mix, just because the weather will determine if the egg food's going to go off quicker, and at that point I will take some ingredients away and add different ingredients to up the protein on in the content of the egg food itself when the birds are going to need it when they're feeding young. So start off the general egg food mix. We'll start off with the green stuff first, and as you'll see in the picture, all you need for this at this period of time, while my birds are on eggs, they're not actually feeding any young at the moment, this works for me. And I've started this in December. Actually, I'll tell you when I started it. It was Christmas Day, as a treat for the birds, which I do quite often. All you need for this is, well, whatever you want to put into it really. Mine is a carrot or 2 carrots, kiwi and spinach. All really good with vitamins and minerals, and obviously added iron through the spinach. If you have them, blend them up with a food processor and it'll come out looking like a pulp. At this point, that is my basic mix. I don't use couscous, and I know many people that breed canaries do, but it's just not for me. I'll stick to what I've been using for many years. Then your egg food mix. There's a massive range of different egg foods on the market. Mine being King's, it's just because I've used it for so long and it seems to work for me. But whatever egg food mix you use, that's down to you, and obviously people have different successors with, such as Easy M, Deli Nature, Feast. There's plenty out there. The amount of egg food is determined by the amount of birds that you're going to be feeding, or the amount of young that you're going to be feeding at that point, or the hens that are going to be feeding them birds. And then I'll add 2 scoops of my own mix. This is a mix consisting of brown and white perilla, gold of pleasure, wild seed, elf seed, and fonio paddy. Like I said, throughout the breeding season that will get slightly changed, adding more of your protein stuff, such as the crushed mealworms that are added protein to the, well, dried mealworms that are crushed down, adding more protein to the mix. Once you've mixed all that up, put it in obviously one bowl, which mine is here, and mix it all around, and it fluffs the egg food up really fine. It smells that good you could eat it yourself. I'm sure if there was an hungry man out there, I'm sure this would be devoured in no time. So with all that mixed up, I will just feed that my birds at this point as in a finger drawer, in for the birds, or in an egg food drawer, giving them that essentially added proteins and more richness in the diet rather than just an hard mix. Like I said, I've been doing that since December, well, Christmas Day, like I said. The period I started that was, so December they will get that weekly. January to the middle of January, so about from the 1st January to the 14th, they will still get it weekly. From the 4th or 15th to February, twice weekly. Then from February onwards, they will just get it 3 times a week until the birds are on chicks, and then they'll be getting it daily with the soap seed. It can't be any simpler than that. And all it does is, the more abundance of food for the birds, the more in condition they're going to become. And I have been asked so many times about conditioning of birds, and everyone's different. This is my way of conditioning. And the seed itself, the soap seed, the added sugars that it's producing when it's chitting or germinating is potentially a lot more beneficial to the birds than what dry seed would be. And then, like I said, we've added egg food that we've got. The birds will automatically come into condition themselves, given with the correct amount of light hours, that is. The theory of people thinking that you need heat in your shed to condition your birds, technically you don't. I mean, it will help them along, but the be-all and end-all of conditioning of birds is diet and light hours. If you've got 12 hours of light, the birds will start coming in condition. The more you increase that to 14 hours, the further advanced them birds will become in conditioning. Added with the mix of egg food and soap seed prompts the birds to condition themselves. So the likes of conditioning seed I don't use, and I haven't for, God, 10 years now. This works for me for conditioning the birds. If the birds are fit and you're giving them that abundance of food, the light hours are correct, you should have no problem at all with conditioning your birds. Anyway, that was it for today. In the next episode, I will show you, by that point, we'll have some fives. I've checked some of the eggs, and we'll have some fives on chicks, and quite a lot actually. So there's a lot to look forward to in the next episode, and obviously the episodes throughout. Hopefully you have enjoyed this short video on my egg food mix, and I'm sure that it's something you can take away and maybe add to your mix and have success throughout the breeding season. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you haven't already, subscribe to our channel. It doesn't cost you a thing, and maybe if you have enjoyed the video, hit the like button, and that will help me to determine where you're liking what I am putting out there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next week, hopefully with an abundance of chicks in the nest. Take care, everybody.